Welcome to the Old Time Radio Westerns. I'm your host, Andrew Rhynes, and let's get into this episode. This episode is going to be the Cisco Kid. Original air date's January 16th, 1958, and the title is Jingle Bob's Last Stand. Hope you enjoy.
Here's adventure. Here's romance. Here's the famous Robin Hood of the Old West.
Cisco, the sheriff, he is getting closer.
This way, Poncho, vámonos.
The Cisco Kid.
3 meals a day, 7 days a week. That's how often bread is served in the average home. And that's why bread, the right bread that is so very important. And once you become accustomed to this little tune...
Tut, tut, nothing but butternut bread.
Yes, when you always remember that, you're getting the finest out of the bread you serve every meal, every day. You see, butternut bread, every loaf you buy, is always of the finest, softest, freshest quality. And we make this claim because we know that butternut is baked to the same uniform standard of highest quality every time. And say the butternut wrapper shows you its quality before you buy. There's a full, true-to-life picture on every blue and white check gingham butternut wrapper. No guess, no squeeze, no doubt. You can be sure of the most appetizing, most delicious bread when you buy butternut bread. So next time, every time, always buy butternut in the blue and white check gingham picture wrapper.
And now the Cisco Kid in our exciting story, Jingle Bob's Last Stand. The huge cattle empire and vast acreage of the Jingle Bob Ranch was cause for envy and malice to its greedy neighbors. The fact that Sean O'Hara had battled Indians, blizzards, and droughts for his land was of little consequence to the avaricious graspers surrounding Jingle Bob boundaries. Sean O'Hara died as he had lived, fighting to protect what was his own. While doctoring a calf for a rattlesnake bite, he himself was bitten by the same rattler. News of his death spread like a prairie fire. Our story opens with 2 men who as yet have not heard the news.
Practicing law to a lawyer is like whittling this stick here, Sheriff. By shaving the edges along the grain like this, I shape it the way I want it and never break it.
Yeah, that ain't a smidgen of a doubt, Sime Bolivar. You're the shrewdest lawyer ever made tracks in these parts.
Someday we'll own this country, Thorne. Every blade of grass, hide and hoof, and living soul in it.
You own a piece of almost everything in the county already, Sime. You broke many a man who opposed you, just like you broke that stake.
I was able to find a weak chink in the armor of every one of them. Every one of them except the Jingle Bob outfit.
John O'Hara and his daughter Consuela are tough customers in the fight, Sime. Hey, somebody's looping into town in a mighty anxious hurry.
It's Val Clarkton. Now, they must have made a long ride. His horse is in lather. He's reining up just outside the building.
Whoa, Pius, whoa, boy.
Oh, is he coming upstairs here to the office?
What does that sound like to you?
Hey, guess what?
Now, look here, Val. I ain't no good at guessing. Besides, it's again the dignity of my office.
What is it, Val?
Sean O'Hara's dead.
What? Huh? O'Hara dead?
How? Who dry-gulched him?
Nobody. He died from the bite of a rattler.
This is it.
What is it? What's the rapping on the desk for?
It's opportunity knocking, Thorne. Can't you see it?
I reckon an awful lot of people in these parts are going to think so, Sime. Well, I better be going.
Where you going, Val?
Out to Jingle Bob. Consuelo O'Hara's going to need sympathy and consoling.
You figure to own Jingle Bob by marrying Consuelo, Val? Well, you better hurry. I figure there'll be others of the same mind.
You've got a nasty laugh, Sheriff.
Get your hands off my coat, Val Clarkton.
You what?
Quit it, Val. After all, Thorne is the sheriff of this county.
All right. But tell him to keep his mouth shut.
Oh, no, see here.
Shut up, Thorne. Go ahead, Val. Take what you want out at Jingle Bob. And I'm going to do the same.
What did you level your sights on, Sime?
The grass on 9 Mile Mesa. I'm giving orders to my boys to drive some of my cattle onto that range and keep them there.
The whole mesa?
Any objections?
No, none. It belongs to anybody strong enough to hang on to it.
Are you strong enough to hold the others off Jingle Bob Range, Val?
I will be after I've married Consuela. I'll have a legal right to it. And you're my lawyer.
Is the marriage a certainty?
If anyone tries to block it, I'll guarantee him one thing. A pine box and a burial in Boot Hill.
Here's the boundary line, Cisco.
We are on Jingle Bob grass, Poncho. This is 9 Mile Mesa.
Lots of cattle ahead and vaqueros. This is not the time of the year for a roundup.
Of course not. What the hell?
Oh, look, walk now. Where they get all the vaqueros in the truck wagon out here, Poncho wondering?
I mean to find out. Hey, look, Poncho. There is Senorita Consuela.
Where? Oh, she talked to the big hombre.
There seems to be some trouble. The senorita looks angry.
You're right, Cisco. And that big hombre just stand and laugh at her. Hey, Poncho, not like that.
Santo, she's going to draw on him.
Madre mia, the big coyote fight with her. He think they're going away from her.
Come on, Poncho. Out there. Ha!
Go.
Unholster your gun, Poncho, and back my play.
No, Poncho, do this, Cisco.
Get your hands off that senorita coyote.
Poncho!
We came here as soon as we heard of your padre's death, Senorita Consuela. It looks as if we did not arrive soon enough.
So, you're the Cisco Kid. Aim to stay alive, turn that horse's head around, and aim it back to where you came from.
Unbuckle that gun belt, Maverick.
Andale! And you the coyotes do the same. You hear what Cisco say?
So this is how the Cisco Kid got his gunslinging reputation, eh? Gunning down hombres after he disarms them.
That you big mad maverick?
Forget it, Poncho.
Goth, go back and tell Simon Belliver I know how to hold on to Jingle Bob Range, same as my father did. Tell him I'll kill the next saddle bum he sends onto this range.
Feisty little bobcat, ain't you, Consuela? But I reckon Val Clarkton is man enough to tame you.
Slimy salamander! Up upon your feet, you loud mouth!
Glad to accommodate you.
You will learn the business of keeping a respectful tongue in your head, coyote!
You're gonna learn. My business is fists. I know how to use them.
See, Maverick, you do, but not well enough.
Joe Packrat, stay back there. His gun not for fooling.
Now, what is this all about, Senorita Consuela?
Ever since Dad died, Cisco, skunks like these have been trying to steal Jingle Bob Range.
None of these coyotes, your vaqueros?
No, Poncho. Garth and his men work for Simon Belliver. Garth runs the Circle J, but Belliver owns it.
And these cattle with the Circle J brand have no right to be here.
No.
And the hombres and the cattle will get off your land and stay off. Savvy, Garth?
Supposing I do. Just the three of you ain't gonna keep everybody who wants a piece of the Jingle Bob from getting it.
Maybe what you say is true. Maybe not, Garth. But you can tell Belliver and every other land grabber they'll have to fight for every blade of grass. Sure as my name's O'Hara.
That's the way they tell him, Senorita Consuela.
We will do more than tell him, Senorita. We will serve a warning on Belliver and the other range thieves.
What do you mean, Cisco?
You drift fence riders, head back to your own stamping grounds. Hey, where do you think you are going? I said no word about horses. Move, pronto! The next shot will not be in the dirt.
You mean you're setting us afoot? Gonna make us walk 30 miles back to the Circle J?
Those saddle chaps working for you are. You are going with me. All right, Poncho, get them moving. Use your bullwhip if you have to.
See, Cisco, Poncho like nothing better. Poncho, get the bullwhip. Get out! Andale, pronto! That take care of them. Poncho pick up all their guns and get the caballos.
You ain't gonna get away with keeping these horses and cows.
Senorita O'Hara has no intention of keeping them, Garth. Since Belliver owns them, he'll pay rent for the grass they have eaten and for their keep until he comes to get them.
By thunder, Cisco, you sound as if you have much of the fighting Irish in you as I have.
Do not think you inherited all the fight from your Irish padre, Senorita Consuela. Your Spanish madre had just as much to do with it.
What do we do with this goat, Coyote, Cisco?
I am going to take him to the sheriff in town. He will stand trial for trespassing. His conviction will serve notice to others who are trying to steal Jingle Bob Range.
The sheriff's in the pay of Sam Belliver, Cisco. You'll never get a conviction.
There is a law. It will be upheld. I stake my life on it.
Climbing these blasted wooden stairs is worse than riding fence 18 hours a day. Why couldn't Simon have his office down on the first floor? Did you hear about it, Simon? It's all over the county.
Hear about what, Thorne? Come in, close the door.
The Cisco Kid's keeping the Circle J livestock until you pay the grazing fees. Now, as sheriff, I'll show him he can't do that. Can he, Simon?
Well, legally, the Jingle Bob may be within their right, but I believe we're fortunate in having our own law here. Right, Sheriff?
You bet you're right, Simon. I'll show that blasted Cisco Kid he can't ride into this county and steal another man's property. Why, that's what he's doing, Simon, by holding them horses and cows of yours, same as stealing them.
Look here, Thorne, through the window. Isn't that Cisco coming across the street now?
Huh? Yeah, Consuelo O'Hara's with him. Hey, and that's your foreman, Garth. Why, they're coming up here to your office, Simon.
Now, here behind my desk is where I'll sit. In this center drawer is a loaded Derringer. If I have to use it, remember, Cisco drew first.
Yeah, sure, Simon.
Come in.
We learned over at your office that you were here, Sheriff McGargy.
Hello, Consuelo. I'm sorry about your father. I never had the chance to tell you before.
You told me all right, Sam Belliver. You told me by sending those renegades of yours onto my land with your cattle.
Un momento, señorita Consuelo.
Now, listen, you. This town's got no room for outlaws like the Cisco Kid.
Sheriff McGargy, I charge this hombre Garth with trespassing on private property and assault against the señorita.
What, you charge? Why, you're a night-riding renegade?
Wait a minute, Sheriff. What about this, Garth? Is it true?
Well, you know...
Why not go ahead and make the arrest, Sheriff McGargy? A charge is one thing, a conviction is another.
Of course, Simon. Come on, Garth. I'll take you over to the jail.
Listen to me, Gargy. I know what kind of a sheriff you are and what kind of law this town has.
Let go of my coat.
I will hold you personally responsible for this prisoner, Garth. He will appear at time of trial, or you will answer to me at the blazing end of a 6-gun.
Well, sure.
Now, remember it.
How do you like it, Belliver? A taste of real justice for a change.
You see that statue of Justice, Consuela? Well, she's blindfolded. That's why a lawyer can find a loophole in the law. Let the law draw the loop tight enough to strangle the opposition and bury them.
But Cisco's first hurdle against this evil representative of the law is to get out of his office alive. In just a moment, we'll return to the Cisco Kid.
Now you can bring appetizing, satisfying goodness to any diet meal with deliciously different Roman meal bread. You see, this rich and unusual dark bread, baked only by butternut, gives you just 62 calories per slice, yet it supplies that important touch of real eating enjoyment you need on any diet, with plenty of nutrition, too. Roman meal's flavor is completely different from any other bread. It's a dark bread, that's right. But it's a dark bread with typical white bread tenderness, the richness of rye, the goodness of whole wheat. It's smooth and lastingly fresh. Roman meal gives you that delightful combination of white, wheat, and rye flours, blended with honey and prune juice for extra zest. And whether you're on a diet or if you just plain like good food, try Roman meal. Just look for the bright and attractive wrapper with the Roman meal gladiator emblem. Roman meal bread, baked only by butternut. Fresh at your grocer's every day. Delicious for every meal.
And now back to the Cisco Kid in our gripping story, Jingle Bob's Last Stand. Sean O'Hara's death sets off an audacious land grab. Val Clarkton tries to get control of the Jingle Bob Ranch by seeking to marry Sean's daughter, Consuela. Lawyer Sime Belliver sends his foreman Garth and some of his men to seize 9 Mile Mesa, knowing he will be backed by crooked Sheriff Thorne McGargy. Cisco and Poncho disarm Garth and his men. Cisco and Consuela take Garth into town and turn him over to the sheriff, with a warning that they intend to see the law carried out. Now, in Sime's office, they receive a death threat from the lawyer and are unaware there is a gun in the desk drawer to carry it out.
It sounds to me as if you are threatening the senorita, Senor Bolivar.
No more of a threat than what you told the sheriff, is it, Cisco? Now, come now. There's no real quarrel between us, man. I need you on my side. And I pay well. I pay very well.
What is your side, lawyer?
The law. It was made by man to be used as each man sees it.
And the way your kind uses the law is for their own selfish need.
The Senorita O'Hara mirrors my thoughts, lawyer. But here is one fact of law you cannot quibble with. Your cattle are on Senorita O'Hara's rancho without her consent.
Then I'll have to get them off.
Not before you pay the grazing fees and for the services of the 2 hombres guarding them right now, Poncho and the cook.
Sheriff, I say that ain't legal.
I'm afraid it is, Sheriff. It seems Cisco is better versed in the law than you are.
One more thing, Bolivar. You said before justice is blind.
Blind as a bat. There's the statue. See for yourself.
Perhaps you are right about the statue, but the arms of justice have the eyes of eagles and the fingers of steel. Fingers that spit lead bullets.
I'll remember that. How much are your grazing fees, Consuela? I'll get my checkbook out of this desk drawer. Oh, yes, I'll need that receipt pad on the table behind you, Cisco. Would you please get it for me?
Si, senor. Hold it, Bolivar. If you open that desk drawer any farther, my 6 gun will be out of the holster and talking when I swing around.
Well, yes. Yes, of course. Naturally.
The drawer, what's in it, Cisco?
A gun, Senorita Consuela. A gun to shoot me in the back. Right, lawyer? Or must I prove it?
How did you know, Cisco?
The ears of justice are not deaf, are they, Bolivar?
I'm coming after my cattle, Consuela, and I'll have armed men with me. Lots of them.
Then be ready for a fight.
We'll be out to Jingle Bob after my cattle, Consuela. If you fight, it'll be Jingle Bob's last stand.
Bolivar's cattle are still here, Senorita Consuela.
I'm glad Poncho and the cook are still on the job, Cisco.
Ho, ho.
Oh, boy, whoa there.
This horse tied to the hitch rack. Who does it belong to, Senorita?
Oh, it looks like it's...
That's right. It's my horse, Consuela. I've been waiting for you. You must be the Cisco Kid. I'm Val Clarkton.
Buenos dias, senor.
Consuela, I want to talk to you.
Go ahead, Val. What is it?
Alone.
Con permiso, if you'll excuse me.
No, wait, Cisco. Val, that's downright rude. Cisco's an old friend of my father's. He's here to help me.
I heard the kind of help he's giving you, Consuela. Getting the whole county up in arms again you.
Are you loco? Cisco's helping me to hold on to what's mine. What do you want me to do? Let any jayhawker or rawhider who wants to help himself to Jingle Bob Range?
I asked you to marry me right after your dad died, Consuela. Then I'd be legally able to protect this land.
How? By using Sime Belliver as your attorney? He's trying to steal 9 Mile Mesa right now.
Let him have it. We don't need all that range.
Un momento, Senor Clarkton. If you give Bolivar that mesa, you will not be able to keep him from taking the rest of Jingle Bob.
Nobody asked you. Keep out of this. It's between me and my future wife.
Your future nothing, Val Clarkton. I only told you I'd think over your proposal of marriage. Not that I'd accept it.
One man wearing Jingle Bobs in his spurs is enough for this ranch, Consuela. Who's it going to be? Me or the Cisco Kid?
You've taken an awful lot for granted, Val. Since you put it that way, it's Cisco.
All right. That's the way it is. But don't come crawling when it's over and the Jingle Bob is burned out, you Irish, Spanish little half-caste.
Come down off that horse, Curdy! ever mention the senorita's name again, at any time, in any manner, without respect, I will do more than just wipe your face and dust at her feet. Now, get up, you sidewinder.
Cisco, what's going on here?
Tell you all about it later, Poncho. What about the cattle?
The cook's still up at the corral guarding them. And Poncho come down to warn you there are a lot of riders heading this way.
I guess San Bolivar means to keep his word.
So do we, Senorita Consuela. Where is the storeroom? I want all the gunpowder and dynamite you have.
Well, I'll get it. Come on.
Now, what about this hombre you beat up, Cisco?
Get on your horse, Clarkton. Get out of here.
I'll get you for what's happened, Cisco. I'll kill you. I swear it.
Lone Rider coming, Sime.
It's Val Clarkton, Thorne. Come to a halt, boys. Whoa there.
Whoa. Well, appears to me somebody's been working him over, Sime.
Yeah, does look as if Val's been in a fight.
Oh, you jug-headed broomtail Wola.
Where you coming from, Val?
Jingle Bob.
Consuela and the Cisco Kid there?
Yeah.
Who give you the knuckle massage? The Cisco Kid?
Shut up, McGargy.
Will you kindly keep your mouth shut, Sheriff?
Why, after all, I am heading this...
Shut up, I said! Well, we're riding after my cattle, Val. We may have to wipe out Jingle Bob to get them.
That's all right with me. Just so it's my bullet that gets Cisco.
You riding with us?
What do you think? Give me a gun.
Give Val a gun, Sheriff. And you better deputize him.
Yeah. I, Thorne McGargy, sheriff of this county, do hereby deputize...
Shut up and give me the gun.
That's enough, Thorne. You're a member of a lawful posse, Val. Any killing you do will be legal.
It won't matter to Cisco whether it's legal or not after he's dead.
It's Jingle Bob's last stand, boys.
That's right.
We're out to get them all. Yeah. To the last woman and to the last man.
Right.
Get up there.
Madre mia, careful the way you handle that gunpowder and dynamite, Cisco.
Are you sure you lashed it tightly to the buckboard, Poncho?
It's secure. I checked it myself. But I don't understand.
Do not worry, Senorita Consuela. I do not intend to let myself get hurt.
What do you want us to do, Cisco?
Mount up.
Put your mount up.
I'm ready.
Bolivar and his coyotes are coming after his cattle. Give them to him.
What?
Start a stampede the like of which he has never seen.
Where are you headed with that dynamite and gunpowder?
To Bolivar's office. I will welcome him when he returns. I will see you later.
You will not. I'm on that welcoming committee, too.
No time to argue. Here come those mavericks.
Poncho got to ride with you, Cisco.
All right. Start the stampede. Andale!
Get high!
Stampede! Wild-eyed longhorn! Get!
They're coming, Cisco. They're coming right up.
Everything is ready for them, Poncho.
Watch out for the dynamite you're using the gunpowder, Poncho.
Yeah, Poncho be mighty careful.
Bueno. They know we are here.
Cisco! Consuela! We know you're up there. You haven't a chance.
That is right, Bolivar.
You want to save your lives and surrender, huh? Well, throw out your gun.
Very well, Bolivar. Here are mine. Go ahead, Poncho.
There, Poncho's gone.
Here's mine, Cisco.
And the senoritas.
Good. Sheriff, you and your men stay out here. They try any funny business.
Leave everything to me, Sime.
Who the other hombre coming up here with the lawyers, Cisco?
It's Val Clarkton.
Like three little lambs. Get your hands up. You ain't walking out of here alive, Cisco.
Maybe none of us will, Clarkton.
Where do you think you're going?
Just over here to this little statue of justice.
What's that match for?
When one has a match, one usually lights it. Now, coyotes, look around you. If I touch this match to the gunpowder, everything in here would be blown to kingdom come.
Huh? What's that? By thunder, he'll do it, too. Here's my gun, Cisco. Val, your gun. Get rid of it.
All right. Blast your eyes. Here.
Just in time. Another second, I would have dropped the match. Now tell that sheriff and your hombres to throw down their weapons also.
All right. Thorne,
Garth, you others, throw down your guns. Don't argue. Do as I say. That's an order.
They're all doing it, Cisco.
Gamblers and gun smoke. Like a passel of sheep.
Poncho, Senorita Consuela, go get those guns and keep those mavericks covered.
You bet we will.
Round them up and put them behind bars.
Come on, Sime. Get Cisco.
You will get from me, Crockett. The fist in the face. And as for you, Bolivar, ever since I first saw you, I wanted to knock your head together with a numbskull like this one. Now, downstairs and join those others. Down those stairs, both of you. Here are two more for you, Poncho. As soon as they stop rolling down the stairs, pick them up and throw them into the calaboose.
Yes, Cisco, we do it.
Sheriff McGargy, you and I have some business together.
Business? Well, what kind of business?
You are going to swear me in as your chief deputy.
Yeah, Cisco. Sure. After all, I am the duly constituted law hereabouts.
I am going to help you see that none of these coyotes escape trial by the federal circuit judge when he gets here.
Yeah, of course.
And you are going to stand trial with them, Sheriff McGargy.
Look out, the lawyer, grab the gun.
Yes, I will take that gun.
My office, my books, everything I prize. The dynamite blew it to smithereens.
And it was by your own hand, Bolivar. You fired the gunshot that set off that explosion. Perhaps the eyes of justice are not so blind after all.
Cisco,
Si, Poncho.
none of those coyotes ever bother Senorita Consuela and the Jingle Bob Rancho again.
I think not, Poncho. They will all be old men by the time they get out of jail.
And that Sime Bolivar, the kind of a crooked lawyer what the people do better without.
Si, you are right, Chico. Did you not tell me before that your cousin Roberto is now working in a lawyer's office?
Yes, Cisco. Cousin Roberto, a tailor in a lawyer's office.
A tailor in a lawyer's office, Poncho?
Yes, Cisco. He press suits.
Oh, Poncho!
Oh, Cisco!
And so ends another exciting adventure with O. Henry's famous Robin Hood of the West, the Cisco Kid.
Say, boys and girls, do you like to go to the grocery store with Mother? Does she even let you push the cart around sometimes or carry home the packages? Well, she'd most likely be more than pleased if you'd help her with the shopping, too. And you know you'll always pick up the right bread if you pick up the bread with the picture of the slices right on the wrapper. Yes, sir, just reach out for a loaf of...
Tut, nothing but butternut bread.
And when you do, you'll be the apple of Mom's eye, and Dad's too. Because man, woman, boy, or girl, everybody goes for good butternut bread. That tantalizing aroma of fresh-baked bread, that tender freshness, that full-flavored richness, they're all qualities of the finest bread, butternut bread. And what's more, butternut helps provide you with the essentials you need to keep going strong all day long. So next time you go to the store with Mother, pick up the bread in the blue and white check gingham wrapper, the wrapper with a picture of fresh white slices right on it. Good butternut bread.
Be sure to listen again for another thrilling adventure of the Cisco Kid. Cisco Kid was played by Jack Mather, Poncho by Harry Lang.
This has been a presentation of OTRWesterns.com, and we hope you enjoyed. Please take some time to like and rate our shows in your favorite podcast application. Follow us on Facebook by going to OTRWesterns.com/Facebook. Join in the conversation by going to OTRWesterns.com/Discord. And don't forget to send us an email, podcast@OTRWesterns.com. This episode is copyright under the Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike copyright. For more information, go to OTRWesterns.com/copyright. Have a great day, and again, thanks for listening.